guys, welcome to a new episode of In Other Words with Danielle and Zara.
So this is a podcast where we talk about a wide variety of different subjects, from advice to education. So in other words, we talk about all the things.
So welcome back to season 2. Yay! We've been gone for quite a while.
I know, I've missed this so much.
So, and I hope everyone listening has as well.
Yes.
Otherwise I'll be so offended.
So sad.
But before we get into it, I just want to speak about some of the people who make our podcast happen.
Yes.
So firstly, we have Graphic Studios, and graphic is spelled with
a K at the end.
Yes, a K at the end.
Because your boyfriend can't spell.
Yes, and he's in charge of
all the things.
Everything that we don't do, which is everything besides talking pretty much. And then also YBO Band. And the theme song that you just heard was written by them.
Yes,
they have a new song coming
it.
out. Probably when this episode
this
comes out, it'll be out
and
already.
Their song will already be out.
Exactly.
They have 2 singles out on like Spotify and Apple Music.
All the places.
All the places.
Indeed. And then lastly, our cover photo that you see was made and designed by UKOU Studios.
Yes.
You can find them on Instagram. She's incredibly talented. And yeah, I would highly recommend checking all of them out for any purposes that you might have.
I agree.
And just with any brands or anything that we ever promote, we follow all of them on our Instagram.
Yes.
And we are on Instagram as In Other Words _podcast.
Yes. Go and follow us now. Pause this. Go on your Instagram and click
Give
follow.
us a follow. You can stay up to date with everything, and if we do polls or questions, you can interact with us, and it'll be so fun.
We ask this every time.
Yes.
Interact.
Please. It'll be so nice.
So nice.
All right. I think that's all the stuff we had to get out the way.
Exactly. So, I don't know how long have we been gone? Over a month.
I actually can't even remember when our last episode went out. I think it must have been June. The beginning of June.
Maybe. But anyways, I feel like a lot's been happening, but also nothing, but like a lot.
Yes.
So we just thought we'd have a catch-up episode. Don't click goodbye because you think that's boring.
Later, don't
we
worry.
have fun stuff. And yeah, you might also relate to kind of some of what we've been going through.
100%.
Because as a world and as a country, we're kind of all stuck in similar situations and it's chaos, but
everything is chaotic.
Exactly. So tell me about yourself, Danielle. How have you been?
So I have been on holiday for quite a while. And when I say holiday, I mean like it's a fake holiday. Because, so if you don't know, I'm in my honours here. I'm doing my honours in international relations or international studies. They call it both. And so we wrote our last exam the beginning of June. And then I've pretty much been on holiday since, but we've had to work on our research assignments. Yes. So that's what I've been busy with, or trying to be busy with.
I'm very excited to hear all about it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to make you do a podcast episode explaining everything you've learned.
But yeah, I mean, it's been quite difficult because for me, when I don't have other stuff going on, then I am very just unproductive. And like, I put a lot of pressure on myself to be productive because I'm like, I have so much time. I can do this quickly, but no. And my brain has literally just been dead. It's been dead, to say the least. And like every time that I want to work, it's like, no, I can't work right now.
And it's cold. You just want to like cuddle up and do nothing.
So it's been quite difficult and really demotivating. And yeah, like overall I've been fine.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just been weird, like having to balance, relaxing and then also working on something. And I obviously want to do well in it because it counts a lot for my year.
Yes.
But yeah, and that's really all I've been doing.
Yes.
To be honest.
So firstly, just kind of how I've been doing. I've been well. I'm always well, really.
Yes.
But I've spoken to Danielle and a couple of my friends about this, but I've just been feeling really purposeless or just like, I don't know, I have so much like less motivation than I have in the past. Like I just kind of want to sleep and like I want to do things, but I'm also like,
don't really want to do it.
Yeah, like it's so nice to be around people, but it's like I don't have the energy to like make the effort, which is so terrible. And I don't know, I've just been feeling like bleh, And I actually read an article and I can't even remember it's written by an organizational psychologist. If you type in languishing on Google, the article will come up, and if you can relate to anything I'm saying, I would really recommend you read this article.
It was a really good article.
Because it kind of describes exactly how I was feeling. In fact, I think it used the word like meh.
Yes.
I was like, that's how I feel. Because I'm like, wow. And I think the article speaks a little bit about how when we look at mental health, we look at like depression and like the depths. And then when someone is quote unquote mentally healthy, they are like motivated and super happy, and there's this like in between the two that can actually be super dangerous, and a lot of people go through it, but because you're not like majorly depressed, you don't realize
it's not a big deal.
So read that article. I think it was really helpful, and it also made me feel like, okay, maybe the rest of the world is feeling like this as well. So,
I truly think a lot of people will be able to relate to that. And I mean, I've seen on TikTok, which is a great place, but also a terrible place. Yes. But in this case, it was good. It's good because I can see that a lot of other people were relating to the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, everyone just saying it feels like we're kind of going through life at the moment, and there's like nothing is real, nothing is important. Yeah. And that's exactly how I feel. And I find, especially with online classes or just doing university online. Yeah. Because I mean, we've had a few in-person classes this year, which was really nice. But other than that, it's all been online. And I just feel like my brain doesn't see that as being as important exactly or as meaningful as anything that could be in person. And I feel like that's just how I feel at the moment. Like nothing is really real.
I feel,
you know
what I'm saying? Exactly what you mean.
And I think another thing that I wanted to mention, because I realized this about myself, and I don't know if other people can relate, but I get like premenstrual depression. I've realized that like incredibly recently because I was dealing with it last week, like literally just feeling like I want to sleep the whole time. Yeah. And I want to, like, I couldn't work. I literally couldn't do anything. And like wasn't motivated at all. Not like the only way I can really describe it is just feeling like nothing. Down, yeah. Like completely apathetic to everything. And I was like, this is weird. I've always felt like this. And then I was like, wait, I have my period coming up next week. This is a thing. And apparently it's quite a common thing.
I have 100%. Yeah. In fact, like my mom is very sensitive to me and I'm very sensitive to her because we kind of know like, okay, like I can tell like she's, you know, and I'm more sensitive around that time. Yeah. And that's why I have an app called Clue. Yes. It's really, really helpful. And I track my period and like it'll give me a notification like 2 days saying like PMS period is coming up soon. Yes. Just so I know that when I feel ugh,
it's fine. It's
coming. Not like abnormal.
Exactly.
So ladies, it's okay.
But seriously, do track your cycles. It's very useful. And it's, I don't know, it's just cool to see what your body's doing. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like people don't know enough about the female body. Agreed. Or like we don't even bother to really learn about it because it's kind of like, oh, we get our periods once a month and that's about it.
We're guilty of it too.
Yes, 100%.
Knowledge is power, people.
Indeed. Yeah.
Okay, then another thing. So at church we have what we call Holiday Bible Club, and we usually get like, I think we've had 400 kids before, and they come every day for 5 days, and we just host a holiday club, and it is quite a big event for our church and just the community because what's nice about it is that it is free. Yeah. And I know a lot of holiday clubs aren't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I didn't realize until I went to varsity. I was like, oh my word.
People pay.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, it really brings people and families into the church.
Yes.
And yeah, it was cancelled again. Well, last year we didn't even plan one because of COVID.
There's literally no point.
So I think it was like quite a hit for us as a church, but even like the teenagers who have stepped up to be leaders. Yeah. So I was like more sad for them than anything else. So yeah, that was kind of bleak. And it's hard to feel like every time I feel like, okay, things are getting quote unquote normal, it's like, nope.
It goes back to how it is.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're living in South Africa at the moment and in other parts of the world, I know Australia's going through another lockdown, all that.
Half of Australia. Yeah. The governments are arguing.
Then they are so strict. They're like way stricter than we are here. But you know, like you kind of go through things where, oh, life is normal. You can go to restaurants and you can go to the movies and you can, you know, do all the things that you would normally do.
Side note.
And then all of a sudden you can't.
We can't go to the movies now. I'm so happy we got to see In the Heights.
Oh my word.
Before the movies closed.
But I was really bleak, and all Marvel fans, I'm sure, will be bleak because Black Widow was supposed to come out the beginning of July.
Yes.
and then like everything got shut down.
I'm so sorry.
And so now it's only coming out like next August.
August.
Oh, like this August. The next August. The next August that we're having, which is this coming August. No.
Okay.
Because it's out in like everywhere else in the world. But yeah.
So sorry.
But I did watch it because we have Disney Plus.
Aren't you fancy?
Yeah, exactly. But I'll go watch it in the movies again for fun. Yeah. But that's that.
Cool.
Do you have another thing about how you're feeling?
I had COVID, everyone.
Yeah, I forgot.
And I'd actually like to do an episode, like I know everyone's tired of COVID, but it would be like nice to just discuss like what is COVID actually and how effective are masks and all of these things. But yes, I had COVID. And guys, it was not fun. I am very, very grateful that I didn't have any like super serious issues. I wasn't like
you were
in
dying.
hospital. I couldn't like I could breathe and everything. But like it was a very severe flu, and like I just the whole week, specifically the week where it was bad, is like a blur. I like
shame.
My body was sore, my ears were so sore.
Oh, that's the worst.
It was terrible. And so I think it gave me like a little bit of sensitivity, because I thought like I am 22 and like my mom was there and she was amazing. Like she looked after me so well, and she didn't get it. So
weird.
So weird.
Yeah.
And like I look and I'm like, wow, what if I was like a much older person? Like it would be so much more difficult to deal with.
Definitely. So, another thing that I've been feeling, and this is something that we were actually asked to speak about.
Yes.
And this is just feeling despair for our country, South Africa.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what happened, if you live in South Africa, you definitely know what happened.
Yes.
If you don't, because we do have listeners in other countries.
A lot of other countries. The way to random countries. We did get a message from someone
in Nigeria.
Yes, and they were so like
so lovely.
kind.
So if you're listening, you were a student in Nigeria, I don't know how to respond to you.
But you are awesome.
Yes. Thank you very much for your message. But anyway, backtracking, a few weeks, no, it was like 2 weeks ago, last week.
It was last week.
Wild.
Yeah, it was like Sunday, Monday.
But yeah,
Tuesday.
basically what happened in KwaZulu-Natal mostly, and in Gauteng, there were a lot of riots, looting, but basically chaos.
Literal chaos. It looked like a movie.
It was bizarre, like seeing the footage and photos from it. I was like, how is this real? But basically, I think the catalyst for it was the arrest of our ex-president, Jacob Zuma. And he was arrested for not going to court.
Yes, not for all the illegal things he's done.
Yeah, that's still to come.
Yes, like going to court is kind of the bare minimum of the whole situation.
Exactly. But, you know, politics. So it was really devastating to see what was happening. And I think the hardest thing to come to realize is just how unstable our country is.
Yeah.
You know, like, obviously these issues are linked way beyond Zuma.
Yes.
And they're linked to things like poverty and inequality.
Yep.
And all that kind of stuff. But, you know, even above that, just the fact that people are like willing to do such horrible things. And, you know, a lot of people were saying, we're like kind of bringing up the empathy card, and I always would like to see things from different perspectives.
Yes. And like that's very much your personality.
Yeah, so like I'm not just gonna outright say, oh, these people are so bad for looting businesses and all that kind of stuff, but like some things here were just difficult to see, like looting SPCAs or blood banks, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, what is happening?
A group
here?
stopped an ambulance from getting to the hospital. I'm like, well, what benefit does that?
It's like we can blame as much as we can blame like poverty and hunger as much as we want for these kinds of issues. Yeah. But like we also have to realize that this was a complete mob mentality kind of moment. And I just feel so sorry for everyone who was affected, you know, like small businesses. Like it's one thing to have corporations affected. Yeah. Obviously that sucks as well because like so many people work there. But the fact that people who have worked so hard to open up their little shop or whatever, and now they've just had so many damages.
Yeah, it's really heartbreaking.
It's awful, and really it's such a big issue, and I just hope that it will eventually lead to change in our country. Yeah. By the way, you should all register to vote because we're having local elections soon.
One of my greatest regrets is that I didn't vote in the previous election, and I was 18, so like I was finally eligible.
Could have, yeah.
And if you are 16, by the way, you can register to vote. You just will only be able to vote once you turn 18.
Yes. It's very easy though.
It's
you can do
online
it online
now.
Yeah.
It took me not even 5 minutes. So please go and register to vote, because I think what's so difficult is we jump on our horse and we start to like guilt trip ourselves, like I live such a great life and I'm part of the problem.
Yes.
And yes, we are. But at the same time, like nothing is going to, there's only so much you can do. Like if a system is broken, like you can and do the little things and educate yourself, but understand that change only happens when the people in power start to change.
Exactly.
And that's another thing, is like you can't blame one person for the mess that has been made.
No, this is a whole system that is completely messed up.
Exactly. And something that I realized being on Twitter is that people really do see things completely different. Like one person is saying, oh, poor Cyril, like he's having such a hard time. And another one's like, Cyril is literally the second Hitler.
What? Second Hitler?
Yes.
Did they know what Hitler did? That's my question.
So, like, it's really all over the place, and like the least you can do is vote.
And I mean, it's
that
really
is the bare minimum.
Like, it's what you're doing is holding the governments accountable. And another way you can do that, obviously, is staying up to date with the news, all that kind of stuff. Because what I've also come to realize is that a lot of people just don't know what's going on in our country.
And for I think it took COVID for me to really start like.
Yeah, honestly, same. And I mean, I've majored in political science. Like, you would think that I knew a lot of stuff, but no, I don't. Because it can be really overwhelming to see everything that's happening.
Really
so I find it difficult to keep up with the news in that way. But what I also came to realize is that people don't understand what a big deal corruption is.
It's the reason why we are in the situation that
and
we
like
are
obviously
in.
like mismanagement and just like inability to implement actually good policies. Because like one thing I've realized is that we do have good policies in our country.
Our constitution is one of the best constitutions in the world. By the way, I mean, we can hate on Cyril all we want, but he's a huge reason why the constitution is as good as it is. It's just not.
He's a huge reason why we have democracy, actually.
Yes.
But anyway, we can do that in a South
the
African
history
thing. But yeah, like corruption is not just like this cute little thing where one guy goes and takes money and buys himself a car, you know?
Yeah.
I think they've estimated that it's almost been like 50 billion rand that's been lost to corruption that we know of recently. So I'm like, that is the difference between people having good education and not, or having good infrastructure or not. And like you can go on and on and on about the inequality in the country, and I agree with you, it's horrible, it's actually disgusting. But like when there are things in place that are keeping the rich and the poor, like there's only so much we as individuals can do.
Yes.
So
and
vote.
I think it's
put pressure on the government.
Yeah, and like be aware and be grateful.
Absolutely.
And also just be hopeful. Like it's all good and well for you to say that you hate South Africa, but at the end of the day, like this country is beautiful and has so much potential.
It really does.
And so honestly, if you hate South Africa, move.
Yeah.
Like,
and then don't comment on the situation anymore. Thank you.
Yeah, and just like stay hopeful. Like that's one thing that I realized is there was so much good happening that's been happening, and people are really stepping up to help. But like the bad kind of overshadows it very often.
Yes.
So I think just to stop yourself from falling into complete despair, just like remember that there are good people and that like the Lord is in control.
Even the fact that we've had like a bunch of these court cases happening, like for corruption and all that, that's a good thing. That's the start of something good. And obviously, you know, when things start to change, there's going to be a lot of growing pains, and I think this is definitely a part of it. So yeah, we got to try to stay hopeful.
Exactly.
Try to just, you know, try to read everything, get all the different sides of everything. And it's all good and well just to focus on the negative, but again, there's also many positive things happening.
Exactly.
Which is good. So
cool.
We'll see.
That was a lot.
Yes.
Okay. This is just a random thing that I felt like I needed to add. Is my love of Ben Platt.
Oh, Ben Platt
has grown, and I didn't know that was possible.
Me neither.
Guys, he has a new album coming out in 3 weeks, and my heart is happy. So I just recommend you go listen to his concert on Netflix and just witness the talent. His voice is Ben Platt.
Insane. Insane.
Anyways, this is just a short thing I felt like I needed to add.
I think one thing I've been thinking about is just the weirdness of social media. And what I mean by this, obviously, like social media itself is just weird. But first of all, the fact that we are just connected to everyone at every time is just...
Every time.
You know what I mean?
I do.
It's bizarre. But also the fact that we're just exposed to so many people's opinions all the time.
Yeah.
And that's not healthy for our brains. We're not supposed to live like this where we constantly have access to what everyone is thinking. Yeah. It's a weird time because people think that they need to hold everyone accountable. Like everyone has this like weird kind of thing that their opinions or ideas are like the morally correct thing. And like someone can literally say anything and it won't even be bad. And then another person can comment like, actually, I think you are ignoring this particular thing that's very important and it's ignorant of you not to say it, kind of thing. And I've seen this on so many people's social medias.
I agree.
And I'm like, is this necessary? Like, why do we care so much about what other people think?
Yeah.
Like if someone chooses to share something on their social media platform, then they're absolutely allowed to do that. Yeah. You know? And I feel like we just waste so much of our time thinking about what other people think all the time. And I don't know why we do that. Do you know why? I don't know why.
Because we are fools.
We are fools. That's true. I think, okay, I'm just going into things that I've been thinking.
Yes, guys, this is all over the place. And I feel like that's okay.
Something else is that people just use the word offensive way too much. Like, it's actually lost its meaning, I feel. Because anyone can do anything stupid and people say, oh, that's offensive. And I'm like, why are you offended by it? Because it's one thing, okay, some things are objectively offensive. You know, like I would never promote
the
sharing
things Michael Scott says.
Yes,
on the
bad.
But we love him.
But he has a good heart.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Intention is so important. Side note.
Yes, but I feel like, you know, it's one thing for something to be offensive, but it's also up to you whether you want to get offended by it.
Yeah.
And that also just goes back to like why are we spending so much time thinking about what everyone else is saying? Yeah. You know, like touch some grass. That's what I'm saying. Go and touch some grass.
That is like a phrase that I only heard very recently. I like it.
I also love it because it's like, just get off your phone.
Yes.
Stop thinking about all these issues that you can't fix in the world and go and touch some grass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay, and there was one more thing I wanted to share. My bestie right here next to me has motivated me to start working out.
It's a big deal.
And it's only been a week and a half, guys, but y'all can hold me accountable. But it's been so nice. I got new workout tights, which makes me even more excited to do it.
It's so nice.
And yeah, I realized that, guys, I'm doing beginner workouts.
But that's okay.
And like, it's hard because I'm like, Zara, is this all you can do? But I'm doing something and it actually feels so good. So like,
moving your body is so important, guys.
I like genuinely, like I've always said it, but now it's like, it's really cool. Yeah. So thanks, Danielle.
Yeah. Well, you know, when I started working out beginning of lockdown last year, I couldn't even do a sit-up. Because I don't know why, I just couldn't do it. And now I can do push-ups, which is crazy. I can't do a push-up.
You go. She has abs now. Must be nice.
Indeed. It took only a year, but you know what?
Listen, a year is a year.
A year is a year.
But I thought it would be fun on our first episode back to play a little Would You Rather and Most Likely.
Okay.
So I promise we'll make this fun. Don't get bored. And also let us know what you would rather do. And if you think we are crazy for the things we say and choose. Also, another thing is that Danielle and I are often known for agreeing on most things.
We don't do it on purpose. We just are like this.
Yes. Danielle's just so wise to just agree with me.
That's true. And I don't like conflict, so I will always agree with you.
Thank you. All right, Danielle. Would you rather be in jail for 5 years or be in a coma for a decade?
I'd rather be in jail for 5 years. Easily.
Same. It's like, at least you're alive. And look, I'd
have bodily autonomy a little bit more than if I were in a coma.
Yes, it's like, that feels like 10 years wasted. Whereas like, I feel like there would be a lot to learn in prison. And I mean, prison.
I feel like this is such
dark.
But it's funny, like coming from two little suburban girls. Like,
yes, I've done illegal things. I've done an illegal thing. So
hectic.
Would you rather be chronically underdressed or chronically overdressed?
Overdressed.
Okay.
Easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, and I don't know. It's just, I don't want to like show up to someone's wedding.
No way.
In sweatpants.
And the thing is, I don't mind being overdressed.
No.
Being underdressed is embarrassing.
Yes.
I get embarrassed.
I'm sorry if you disagree.
Yeah.
Would you rather have everyone you know be able to read your thoughts, or for everyone you know to have access to your internet history?
Internet history.
100%.
Yeah.
Because like thoughts, you still need. Like sometimes I catch myself in thoughts and I'm like, no, Zara, like that's not
stop
on.
that right now.
Yeah, so
I think dodgy things, guys.
Yes,
it's not even on purpose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Would you rather wear the same socks for a month or the same underwear for a week?
Same underwear for a week, I think.
I also, because like especially like you sweat.
Yes.
Your feet like sweat a lot.
And like it's only a week. How dirty can you get?
It's like a month.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay. Would you rather find a rat in your kitchen or a cockroach in your bed?
Oh, cockroach in my bed.
Really?
How am I going to catch a rat?
You phone a friend.
Who? Not you.
Phone a different friend.
Wait, Zara is very scared of cockroaches. So
yeah, I just think they are absolutely gross. And here's the thing: if I find a rat in my kitchen, I would like call someone and like sit on the counter. But once the rat is gone, I will go into my kitchen. Whereas if I found a cockroach in my bed, I would probably never sleep in it again.
But I would just kill it and then wash my bedding.
No, I can't.
I know.
Sorry. Oh, we found something we disagree on. Good job. This one was sent to us by a friend, Robert. Okay, would you rather lose a sense or a limb?
I would rather lose my sense of smell than lose anything else.
100%, because like you can still do. It's like a secondary sense. Like if I can still taste things, I'll be happy.
And listen, I really enjoy smelling nice things,
yes.
but there's also many things that I don't enjoy smelling. So
this is true. Yeah, having a newborn baby, I feel like, and not being able to smell would actually be pleasant.
Yeah. Same.
Now, we're just going to take your boyfriend out of the equation for this.
Okay.
This is completely hypothetical.
Okay.
Would you rather smooch Chris Pratt, Chris Pine, Chris Evans, or Chris Hemsworth?
That's a difficult one. I don't know. Let's just go with Hemsworth.
Really? Okay.
I like him as Thor. He's nice.
Yes. He just seems like the cutest family man.
Exactly. I love that.
Yes.
Would you go for Chris Pines? I know you liked him in what's that movie?
Chris Pine. It's Chris Pine.
Whatever. Multiple.
Okay, so we love Chris Pratt, but he can be with Schwarzenegger and the girl Summer on The Office. April. What's her name?
Parks and Rec.
Yes.
April. Yeah.
I don't know why I said Summer. It was one of those.
Yeah. Almost.
He's funny, but like he's not.
No, it's not smoochable.
No. And then Chris Evans is a
Captain
snack.
America. That's him here?
Yes.
Yeah, I also like him.
I've never been super invested in anything he's done.
Me neither.
Whereas Chris Pine, Princess Diaries 2,
yes,
and this means war. Yeah, Chris Pine. So we're going to do most likely. So who is most likely of the two of us? We'll hopefully come to a consensus.
Okay.
And then also in our life, if you know of anyone, and then hopefully those people will be listening.
Better be. I'll be so sad.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Okay, most likely. Who is most likely to become a social media influencer?
You, I think.
Yeah.
You're more active on social media than I am.
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
And then,
but I post dumb pictures as well. But that's fine.
So do influencers.
I'm influencing people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think in life.
Okay, in my life, you don't know her. My friend Bianca, 100%.
I've heard of her. Well, yes.
If you listen to Bianca, that's what I think. But I think that.
I think probably Megan, my cousin.
Yeah, 100%.
Like she's already in like marketing and Instagram and internet things, and like she's just beautiful. Who is most likely to turn into a politician?
Me.
100% you.
I majored in political science,
exactly.
as I already said. So
I
feel
told
like
her,
it's the natural
Danielle
progression. Even though I don't actually want to work in politics.
She doesn't.
Even though everything is political, so technically we're all working in politics.
Yes,
but like,
and we need someone nice like you.
That's true.
I think in life.
Luke.
I knew I was gonna say it. 100% Luke Albert.
Yeah.
That man was born to be a politician.
I agree.
Yeah, it's just everything about him, and he's into politics, and that's what he wants to do with his life. So
good for him.
Okay, who is most likely to author a book?
Probably you.
I think like there are books that I want written in my mind.
Would you want to write them though?
I think I would. But I also could see you writing a book.
I could see myself writing a book if I had something to say.
Yes.
Maybe when I become a very important theorist or scholar. Sorry, I'm keep on kicking your foot. If I become a really important theorist or scholar one day, then I'll write a book about the world.
Why don't we co-author a book?
That's true. We could do that.
Okay, guys, coming 2030.
Then in life, I don't know who would do that.
Okay, my friend Sam.
Obviously, yeah.
Yes, Sam, I'm very excited. Listen, this girl has been talking about this book for so long.
It's about time.
And she does like freelance writing and stuff. So you just need to get to it. Honestly.
Tell her.
Pathetic. Okay, who is most likely to live in a big city?
Probably you. Maybe me.
I think
I have desires for both kind of lifestyles.
I also do. Our producer is pointing at himself, and if you continue to date our producer, you might have to follow along.
Okay, but can I tell you my dream, right? Okay, I have two dreams.
The small dream. We probably have the same dream.
So on one hand, the idea of living in a big city seems very exciting and fun, and I would probably like to do that for a part of my life. But on the other hand, if I decide to have children one day, I would love to just go live somewhere very far away and grow my own food and like just do all the fun stuff and have animals.
Have you seen Nicole Kidman's 70 Questions with Vogue?
No, I haven't.
You have to.
Okay.
She's like wearing white. She looks beautiful. Yeah. She's like has her own like she has her own eggs and like she has the most beautiful house and like she has animals and that is you.
That's what I want to be. And like that's a very good way to live sustainably as well, you know, growing your own fruit and veg and eating seasonally and all that kind of stuff.
I live in your cottage on your property?
Okay.
Thank you so much. Will you adopt me? Thank you.
I already said I would.
For me, I would love to, I don't mind which city, but at the moment I've just been dying to go to New York, and I always said I would never live there, and we've both been there, and it's literally like the movies because it's always busy. Like when people say it's the city that never sleeps, it genuinely is,
and the vibes are nice.
I think it's a very diverse place, like
very
people
diverse
from everywhere.
They don't like, as far as they don't actually have like any main kind of population.
They don't
have that.
So I would love to experience that, especially being young and even being single, like just being able to live in the city and go to Broadway shows and use public transport. I wish. I'm for that. So for a part of my life, but I would like to settle in like a little town, go to a church and know everyone in the community.
That just sounds nice. And I would probably like, it's both sides. I'm like, we're both romanticizing both sides a lot. Like obviously no lifestyle is perfect, but I just want to do both. So we will do it. Okay, rapid fire this. I think Sam as well would live in a big city because she actually wants to move to New York. So I just gave out your big secret. Okay, who is most likely to be a lenient parent? You probably.
100%. I can't discipline kids at all. And I swear my child can draw on the wall and I'll probably...
You better marry someone who can...
Discipline.
But a nice way of disciplining.
Please. I want to be that person, like even at youth on a Friday night, I don't want to boss the kids around because I'm like, they get that it's cool. All right. I don't think we can really answer this for other people who are lenient parents.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Okay. Who is most likely to spend all day online?
Me. I do it. I literally do it.
You do it. I say not me, but like I will binge Netflix, and that's kind of still online.
It is still online.
But
you can't do it offline.
You're on the you're on the TikTok, and I'm not.
I am, and that's your time waster of note.
Who is most likely to forget birthdays?
Me. I forgot your birthday.
Danielle forgot my birthday, guys. We were best friends, and she forgot my birthday.
But I did actually know that it was your birthday, but I just forgot it was like, I knew it was your birthday, but I forgot that it was the day of your birthday.
Yes, so we had plans, like she was going to see me.
Like I knew it was your birthday.
And then like after half an hour, I was like, so you're going to wish me?
I was like, oh. And I'd bought you a present and all that. I literally just forgot.
I am not good with birthdays, and that's why I have Facebook. The end.
Almost the only reason.
Can I please tell you a story about my gran quickly? My mom is born on Christmas Day, and her brother is born on Christmas Day.
I know.
and they are not twins.
That's very chaotic.
It's wild.
Yeah.
But it's easy to remember their birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
And the one year, my gran wished my uncle and not my mom. It's like, lady, you gave birth to 2 kids on Christmas. How do you forget this?
Yeah.
And yes, it's very cute. And then she was apologetic.
Oh, shame.
Okay, well, that was that. That was fun.
Lots of fun. Very fun. This is probably a long episode, but
this is so long.
we
But
can deal with
I
it.
hope you are just relaxing and just loving the fact that our podcast is back.
I'm loving it.
Yes, guys, follow, subscribe, rate, comment.
Do all the things.
Yes, and we'll see you next time.
Indeed.
Bye.